Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I have a specific question which was sent to me about building a house. So I'll just, so that you have the information that I have. I have a question and hope you can share your opinion, view or even experience. I've been a long time subscriber of your channel, thank you, and love what you do. Currently live in Cebu but have purchased land in Talabon in Bohol, where I shall be moving shortly. The land me and my wife have purchased is actually tax declared lot only. Alright, the land is classified as a residential lot. I'll be constructing a half cement and half native bamboo amakon type house. That's what we always build. My question is, what are the general requirements to apply for electricity from the local electrical company? Of course, we don't have a title, just a deed of sale and all the up-to-date tax declarations. I hope you can assist, provide me with some basic information. Okay, so basic information. I believe that rather than go for anecdotal information, which is what you're getting from me right now, you should actually go, the very simple way to do it is to go to the local electricity company and they will tell you what the requirements are. But looking at what we've been doing ourselves, here's pretty well, not in any particular order, but this is pretty well what you're going to need. Well, you need to have the services of a certified electrician to do the work that you have to do. Now, you don't say, I'm assuming that you're an expat, so you will have probably a much higher standard of electrical needs than most Filipinos making the kind of house that you're talking about. Okay, so you need a certified electrician to do the work right. Now, you need a deed of sale, which you say that you have. You also need a barangay certificate that you are residing in the place that you say that you want electricity on. Okay, so you need to go to the local barangay. Now, you need to give the local electricity company the location of the nearest meter, alright, to where you are going to build and live. Now, let me see, you will have to attend, surprisingly, you'll have to attend a seminar on safety. Now, so let's try to put some order into that. You go to your local company and you ask them what their requirements are. They will tell you that they require you to have a certified electrician do the work. Well, of course you would want to do that anyway. So they will want to see a deed of sale. They will want to see a barangay certificate of residence. These are all very easy things to get, by the way. It's not, I don't think that they're hard. You need to know the nearest location of a meter, an electrical meter, to where you're going to build. I'm imagining that they will take it from there as being the nearest point at which they can get a source of power to your building. Alright, and then you need the seminar on safety, and given all of that and a house to put the thing in, you get turned on. And if you're coming to live in Talabon, I hope that you will be turned on, because we love the idea of getting new neighbours, new good neighbours. And if there is anything else that you really need to know, I do recommend always going to the actual the source of the information, because things change, and what was relevant at one point, say for me or for Joe or for this guy, may not still be relevant. They may have changed, they may have upgraded, they may have done all kinds of stuff which you don't know about. I think it's a fairly common thing that if you go, you will find that they tell you, yes, that's all you need, and then when you come back with all you need, they'll have one more thing that you need. Okay, so that's a given, I think. Just be prepared for it, and never get upset with anybody when you're trying to get them to do what you may perceive as their duty. And if you were going to a place in, say, America or the UK or any of those Western countries, you might take on a different attitude. I think a smile goes a long way. The willingness to just give them what they want, as if what they want is in your interest. And I think that that is the most productive way that you can go about getting any service. Personally, I do always find that people are incredibly nice. If you look at the videos on Mitch, the Australian, he told me that when he had people come out, like the engineer, that's another thing. You might want to go to the engineers department and talk to them about what you might need for putting your house up, how big it is, if there are any engineering requirements that you might need. And if they do have a requirement, you would be advised to follow that. And it probably will be fairly easy. If you have ever tried to build anything in America or in the UK, believe me, the requirements that they will have here will be nothing to you. You will just sail through it. Okay, so good luck. As I was about to say, Mitch told me that when people came out from the various departments, he found them very easy to deal with. And it's not like you may well have been told that everybody's going to want money in their back pocket, and I haven't found that to be the case, and neither Mitch didn't mention anything about that either. He didn't mention they made some requirements. For instance, they made the engineer, I think, made a requirement of him that his front gate, which he had placed just a couple of feet in from the road, they suggested that the gate, well, they stipulated that the gate should actually be moved in, I think, 2 or 3 meters. Now, if you think about it, 2 or 3 meters, about 10 feet. Well, Mitch thought about that and he said, you know what, I'm going to move it in a lot more than that. And he doubled that and says, I'm going to move it in, I think, going off memory, I think he said he was going to move it 6 or 7 meters in, so that if during the course of doing any deliveries, a truck tried to deliver, if they had to stop at the gate and wait for it to be opened, it was an electric sliding gate that was going to be put in there, they would have to wait, and he wouldn't want them to be blocking the road. So he tried to work out what the length of a delivery truck would be, and then he tried to accommodate that. So there was a stipulation that was made, which he had to change because he'd already started work on laying the footings for having the gate that much closer to the road. So he did have to say, now if he'd gone in beforehand and asked about that, they would have been happy to tell him, and he could have saved himself some work. So if you decide that you're going to go in there with the attitude that you're going to work with the people that are going to come out and try, let's face it, they're trying to do their job. That's how I was a contractor in the UK for a number of years, and whenever I had the city engineer come out, I really tried to ask him, what do you think is the best? What do you think that I've gone heavy enough? Very, very quickly the engineer found that he was never going to have to fight me on anything, because if he said, I think that this would be better if you did it this way, boy, I jumped on it, and in the name of doing a better job, that's what I did. And after a while I was trusted to do the right thing. So get in touch with me if you have any problems. I'm sure that you will know who you are, but anyway, may as well just say, it's not like you've just told me some secrets about your skeletons in your cupboard, is it? X Chop. So Mr. Chop, let me know how you get on. I'd be interested to know. I'm sure other subscribers who may be in a similar situation now, they would like to know too. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines, a little advice or suggestions on building. He is moving to Taliban. Look us up, come and see us. We'd be delighted to meet you. Bye for now.